This is my home. This is my big brother. This is my dad. I call him Baba. He has been paralyzed for 2 years, and this is the place for his meal. I have to leave school to look after him. He says he's really sorry to become our burden, but I still love my Baba. This is where I cook all of our meals and wash clothes. Since my mother left us alone, I became the host of the whole family. I don't know where my mother had gone, but she left us, and there's something wrong with her brain. Today we will send our dad to the orphanage. Now there is no need for us to stay here long, and whenever my father needs to go to the bathroom, there would be some people help us. This is everything our belongings. We don't have much, so it's very easy to go. This is our new home. My dad can be taken care of here, and I can go to school to study. The boys sleep in here on the first floor. This is my new room. I will sleep on the second floor where all the girls live.
Why are you pointing the camera at me? You gotta ask a question? Ask the
Yes,
question
sir.
again, please.
Okay. What is your purpose in life? Or what
My
do you
purpose in life is to take down this government. No joke. I do not like this government. We're gonna help start the revolution. At least you have to have a revolution with violence. So violence is the key, because there's going to be no peace, because I'm not a hippie. I know there's not enough hippies. Nobody's going to be a hippie. It'd be like put everyone together so they're going to be peaceful. They're not going to be peaceful.
I can make myself go. I do what I want, do whenever I want it.
Attempting to be a better person. Knowing that I don't want to work at this job for the rest of my life.
I mess up a lot.
I don't really know yet.
Find out who you are, honestly. I mean, go with Delta, the Roman gods, what they said. Delta has changed. I'm a really people's person, you know what I'm saying? I just want to live my life and live for the moment, basically. I can be anything I want to be.
What's my purpose like in life? I live to go to the beach and to surf and have fun.
My life sucks.
Your life sucks? Why?
'Cause my sister comes in my room all the time.
This is our journey to China, where we'll be working at a summer camp with orphans. And these are the kids that give us purpose. My name's Danielle. Lots of people call me Danny. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in English literature. My dad, he is an amazingly hard worker, and my mom is one of my best friends. My name is Rose Barnes, and right now I'm attending nursing school. My mom is my hero. My dad is probably my biggest fan, and he's a teacher. Family dinners every Sunday night with my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. We're a big Italian family. We wanted to capture the reality, the joy, the laughter, the tears, the hardships of helping a child that is helpless. After we decided to go to China, we encountered some obstacles. First of all, swine flu became a global pandemic. And so Chinese borders were potentially being closed. Asian schools were being shut down. Different Chinese-run camps were being canceled, even if there were no foreigners involved. We thought we'd have to move camp to Cambodia. And we also encountered some threats of being quarantined when we got off the plane on our arrival in China. What we saw right in front of us were these looming mountains with like black storm clouds. But the Lord was able to just walk us right over those mountains and get us to the other side. What was amazing to think about is that as we were traveling halfway across the world to get to China, an orphan child was also on their way to meet us at camp for the first time. is a close look at day one.
Oh, I was like, there's a bus.
Go for it. We're on.
Oh, the kids are coming. The kids are coming. We're really excited. We can't wait to meet them. We're waiting for them.
Anticipation is killing us.
It's like Christmas time when you're like waiting to open up the presents and you don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You get to unwrap it,
And this time it's gonna be children.
Here they come. Here's the bus. Here they come.
That girl, she didn't take anything with her. No clothes, no clothes, no toothbrush, anything.
You can take her
Nothing.
shopping.
Yeah, definitely. We have to do that.
So this is a little girl who's come to camp for the first time. There's a lot of firsts for her. She's never seen a foreigner before. It's only her second time eating ice cream. Her fourth time eating meat because she comes from a really small village.
She unzipped her pants because she's full. It's like awesome. She's like, making some room. Boosh.
It was their first time to go swimming ever.
Ready? We're gonna try to give her these little cute frog goggles.
If you spit in them, they don't fall. And we looked awesome in our swim caps. We've had some kids who've never seen running water. We've even had an orphan say that they thought they were in America when they arrived at camp. It's a completely foreign idea to most of these kids, including our nighttime assembly. It's really neat because the kids get so excited about all the songs and the music, and everyone's singing and dancing around and just loving it. And by the end of camp, they know all the songs by heart, even though they're in English. And it's really neat to hear them humming and singing them all around camp. Then we ended the night with one more first. Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a castle far, far away.
Morning, Danny.
Good morning. So we just got done with breakfast. I have constant stomach aches while I'm here. And I don't know if it's from the glass noodles or the rice or the cucumbers. All I know is that there's probably 1,000 bugs living inside of me. And I can't seem to get them out because every day I wake up with a stomach ache. I had street food the day before. It was the street food. Oh, it takes about 3 days to kick in, and then you're like, I had street food. Never again. That was a bad idea. I haven't had street food since. Bad idea. Oh. Remember when the first time that we saw her on the escalator? Yeah, that was really cute. She was adorable. Yeah, she was scared. She was really nervous at first and really reluctant to put her foot on the little step. But once we grabbed her hands and took her down with us, she was really excited. And then she wouldn't get off of it. She ran up the down escalator and down the up escalator, and she wanted to keep going and going, and we had to say, Hannah, we need to go shopping for your clothes. It was so neat to take her shopping because there was so much that she didn't have, like a comb and a towel. What else did we buy her? We bought her so much that she just was like, I don't think she'd ever been in the grocery store like that before. No. Okay. Doesn't have underwear. Any underwear. So we're buying her that.
She just told me she wants a new pair of shoes, and even the moment when we get here,
inside. And she's so excited. I want a new pair of shoes. Where's the shoes? She's really healthy. She chose the corn ice cream. I would never choose that one. Eat her corn ice cream.
So, every movie has some type of romance element if it's gonna be good.
And we found our romance.
We found our romance in this documentary. So we took Hannah shopping for some clothes, and we looked over, and she had pointed this little girl mannequin and this little boy mannequin towards each other, and she's moving them closer and closer together. And then she takes their two heads and she puts them together, and they were kissing. And I was like, what is going on? This girl's only 9 years old! So the romance and the laughter on our shopping day was really cool. But what was even more special to us was being able to clothe the little girl.
Like enter into heaven, and I was naked and you clothed me, and I was hungry and you fed me, and I was thirsty and you gave me water. When you do it unto the least of these, you've done it unto me. And it's just so neat because on an everyday basis, you don't usually get to clothe someone that really doesn't have clothes or can't get them.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
跟罗斯姐姐
I love you. I love you.
跟罗斯姐姐
I love you. I love you. 罗斯姐姐 I love you.
I love you. 谢谢。
I'd say she's pretty happy.
Yeah.
Whoa. With all these new clothes in hand, she was completely happy to throw away her old dingy shoes.
So we're thinking that it's really neat, kind of symbolic that she's throwing away her shoes, but just like anything, those are gonna wear out too, and eventually those are gonna be old and they're gonna look just like those shoes again. Kind of just reminds us of the need for continued care and adoption and people to step up and keep helping the orphans.
I have one word.
Boosh. It was a wonderful afternoon and Hannah was exhausted.
Shopping is tired. See?
Yeah.
Just gonna get into sleep now.
Yeah, she needs her rest. That was a big ordeal. The water park was really hard that day. I think that was like a pivotal point in the week because it was the moment that we saw that there was something deeper going on. She got really upset at me for splashing her with water on accident. Solid water in the pool. She slid and then
Later that evening, she had a huge meltdown and wouldn't listen to us. She was screaming, making a huge scene, drooling, crying. We had to hold her on the stairs.
she hates me right now.
She hates both of us.
And you feel like you're failing,
Yeah.
but you're not.
Over years, they've learned not to receive love, and they expect people to give up on them, and they expect people to just walk out when they're mean, you know? And they try to push you away a lot of the time.
I don't think she's let me hug her this morning, no. I was just happy she didn't run away from us when we came down the stairs.
She just can't do whatever she wants. And we will discipline her, run away, and
Like, she's been socially handicapped by her situation, and that's something, if she's gonna succeed in life, if she's gonna move forward, that she needs help with those things.
So there's a lot of mood swings that she has really quickly.
Whoa!
I think she said it was poison. It was like poison. It's great. And Wednesday was a hard day. Everything just kept going downhill. We started realizing like there's something here that's not right.
Hannah doesn't have like any friends at the orphanage. Like, they know who she is, but they all think she's really strange, and she's a loner and not very nice. Doesn't have a lot of social skills. Doesn't know that it's bad to scream at somebody. It doesn't know that it's bad to call people names when she's upset and doesn't get her way. On the outside, she looks fine, but on the inside, she has problems dealing with other people. She just left to go with someone she doesn't really know. But we'll be back here, you know, when she comes back, and she'll know that we love her.
Turn out the lights and let your eyes catch that glow. Open up and try to see, and then you'll know. Just feel your heart fight hard to catch some light. Just like a child smile, cutting through the night. Is this what love looks like? Is this what love looks like? Is this what love looks like?
You really can't help but think about how if this girl had a home and a mom and a dad, maybe, that she wouldn't be reacting like this. She wouldn't be feeling all angry inside, and she wouldn't not be able to connect with anyone on a deep level. And it just breaks your heart. You just want them to know the love that they could have, and a mom and a dad that they can trust, and they don't have that, and it's really sad.
There's approximately 500,000 children in the American foster care system.
1/5 of those kids is gonna end up homeless, and 1/4 is gonna end up being in jail, like after they get out of the foster care system. And this is in our backyard.
In America.
In America, where we're wealthy, and we have like government programs, and we have education, like we're an educated nation. And this is happening with our kids here. Like, what's gonna happen with the kids in other countries that are third world countries, or that don't have education, don't have the wealth we have? Like, what happens to those kids?
They essentially have no one fighting for them, no one speaking out on their behalf, and so they become vulnerable. And they fall into situations like child soldiers,
Sex slavery.
Being born into brothels.
Yeah.
They live in overpacked orphanages and often end up out on the streets trying to fend for themselves.
There's about 143 million orphans worldwide dealing with this.
The effects of not having a family last forever. And before we left for China, we wanted to talk to some professionals to see how we could better understand this situation. We interviewed CPS workers and child abuse detectives. The stories we heard just floored us.
There was some information that the boy had been sexually abused or had done things to survive that was believed to be similar to prostitution or such nature in order to survive.
Major harm, death, or serious injury is imminent, and we better respond ASAP.
There's children all over the United States and all over the world who don't have scars and bruises physically, but emotionally and internally, in their hearts and emotions, they're scarred for life by parents who yell at them, who manipulate them, who rip them apart. If they deal with depression, they deal with anxiety and panic disorder, suicide.
And in Hannah's case, her difficult situation led to attachment disorder.
And with attachment disorder, children have a very difficult time attaching and making deep relationships because all of the relationships that they've had have been broken.
The Mahoney family came to camp this summer, and they shared with us how adoption had changed their daughter's life.
And she's very loving. She used to run up to me when I come home from work and say, "Daddy's home, Daddy's home." And she'd say, "Daddy, do you love me?" And I'd say, "Yes, I love you." She goes, "Are you my daddy?" And I'd say, "Yes, I'm your daddy." And she goes, "Are you always going to be my daddy?" And I'd say, "Yes, I'm always going to be your daddy." And she says, "I love you, Daddy," and gave me a big hug and kiss. And she stopped asking me now because she knows I'm going to be her dad.
Ideally, adoption is the best outcome for these kids. But for the ones that won't get adopted, volunteers and sponsors are the best way that they receive love.
Even though the sponsorship call came at a really, really hard part of our week, Hannah got to call and thank her sponsor, who, without her, it wouldn't have been possible for Hannah to come to camp and be receiving the attention and love that she was getting. So after the sponsorship call, the day just seemed to get worse and worse.
She even tried to climb out a second-story window.
I don't know what to do. It's like we only have them for a week, so it's like, what battles do you pick?
Sometimes when things get really stressful, it's just good to laugh. I have a feeling one of us is gonna have an emotional meltdown in the next 24 hours.
What are you doing, Rose?
Trying to start a pillow fight.
What time is it?
I don't know, like 8 something. She needs it to sleep.
Ow! Oh!
Do I see the bugs? They're still here.
It's like the bugs take a nap for like a couple hours, and then they're like inside my stomach. She was asking me, she was interacting with me, and I was like, I don't trust you. And then I was like, wait, now it's me that doesn't trust in this relationship. It's funny how that works. We were heading on into Thursday morning, and it was a really amazing morning. We had so much interaction with Hannah, and it was more than we could have expected or imagined, and more contact and discussion with her than we had had all week. So we were really happy about that. It's really nice to like be able to interact with her, and she's like willingly taking our hands, and it's really cool.
Rose, have you ever been in a cake fight?
Yes. I'm trying to find my translator. I don't know where she is. Second fight I've ever been in, and first cake fight I have ever been in.
Me too.
And it's really great because frosting gets smeared all over your face, and you feel like you might have acne the next day, and you do. 24-year-olds shouldn't have acne. Just wanted to say that. Okay.
And sometimes it gets shoved in your ear,
Or
and
your
then
mane and
you're
you do that.
taking a shower and it comes out.
This helps release stress. So the day was really good. Like, it got better and better. We had a slight setback in the middle of the day where she had a meltdown with another person, and it was kind of flashed back to our first meltdown with her, and we were really scared that it was gonna just go downhill again. But it didn't. It didn't. She recovered from that, and it was a miracle. We just watched the video that Angela took for us before Hannah got to camp. It was just like one open room with 2 beds, one bed that our dad sleeps in, and our dad's pretty much paralyzed. He was laying in that bed. The roof was leaky, you could see holes in it, and there was a rusty fan hanging from the ceiling, and there's chickens that live with them. They were walking around the inside of the house, and it's all dirty on the inside, just a lot of dirt, and it was really eye-opening to see where she came from, and I don't think we could have imagined really what it looked like or what it would be like. You look at her and you're like, oh, she just needs some new clothes, you know, but then you go further and you see like, wow, like she needs a new roof, and she needs a floor, and she needs some place to put her chickens, and she needs a dad that can have a wheelchair or something at least so we can get around.
好，妈妈是你5岁的时候不见的是吗？
是呀。
回事吗？为什么他就走？
因为他傻呀，我爸爸老跟他打架，有时他们2个打架，我看到了，我在那哭呢，我在床上看着哭呢，他拿着板凳就打人呢。
就是你们
什么呀？
是上学，你最开心的事情。
看电视的，我最开心的事情就是在这儿了。
Wouldn't have
哎，这
known.
个是谁呀？这个是他。
Fridays is the day that we say goodbye, and we write letters to each other before they go, and we read them to each other. And on Tuesday, we were thinking about what Hannah's letter might say to us, and we were really scared because we didn't want her to read it in front of everyone and it to be like, I hate you. You're the worst American I've ever met. And we were really, really going to be sad.
Thanks for trying to drown me on the water slide.
But after last night's experience, Thursday nights, we knew that something had changed in our heart, and we knew that it was going to be a meaningful letter reading.
Sister Rose, I am sorry. Hannah loves Rose and Danny. Sister Rose and Danny, I love you forever. Hannah.
During the week, we all kind of function as individual family groups, but when it comes to goodbye day and time for goodbyes, we all feel the same emotion, and we come together, and it's heart-wrenching.
Horrible, horrible, because you don't know if you're ever going to see them again, and you don't know who's going to take care of them. Yeah, you can't even describe it. It's like your heart's being like ripped out. Almost feels like someone died, and you feel it like everywhere. Like in every family group, you just look around and it's like this heavy feeling of like grief. Like, I don't know. I'm really sad. I don't want she to go, and she doesn't want to go, but she have to go back her life and doing something really hard for her. It's too short. I want to change her, but it's too short.
Like, I don't, it's just amazing how after 1 week you can love someone so much, and I'm just gonna miss, I had 2 girls and I'm just gonna miss them so much.
I feel so hard because we are so close this week. Really cannot accept it. I'm sorry.
You spent a whole week giving love and receiving love, and to know that you might not ever see the kids again is really, really hard. Sending them back to a life you know is really bleak and dreary is so difficult.
加油啊，回去好好睡觉，加油！加油啊！
我是可丽。
拜拜拜！
来，乖乖把门关上，门关上，门关上。来了，门关上，门关上。我叫可丽。
Every person spent 5 days with an orphan, there wouldn't be any orphanages because people would be challenged to change the way that they live.
God's love is so powerful, and as the translators see this love in action, they begin to ask questions about this love. These two girls found the source of that love and decided to give their lives to Jesus.
We're watching all these lives change around us, and we figure, hey, Hannah's story is not over yet. Hi, we are on our way to Hannah's orphanage. Woo! Whoa! That was intense. That was really fun. We thought, why don't we just go, and why don't we just see what their needs are, and like talk to the people there, and see where Hannah comes from, and meet her dad, and see her family.
So on the way there, we discussed the possibility of head lice. I don't even want to think about it. I've had them before and it's horrible. Your scalp burns, they're like eating you in your skin, and then they're laying eggs all up in your hair. And more of them are birthed to eat you, and it's just not good. But you know what? It's the price you pay for being an M. So when we arrived at the orphanage, it was really cool because all the girls came down the stairs and they greeted us with smiles and laughter, and it was like we were coming home to family. And Hannah was still a little bit reserved, but as the night went on, she played games with us and was making jokes with us and smiling and laughing, and we had tickle fights, and it was really, really amazing.
So we slept really well that night, and we didn't get any head lice.
As far as we know.
Right. Anyway, so we woke up the next day, and we were really excited to go exploring and just see what Hannah's life was like there at the orphanage.
So I went to the bathroom this morning, and I was determined to hold my breath. So I went in and I was like, but this is what they live with every day. And I was like, wow, I respect them a lot, because I could not do that every day. You'll have to ask Rose what she did.
I went to the bathroom, but I was imagining while I was in there, and it was really fun.
I'm like introduced her to the bathroom, and I was like, okay, she'll be out like really quick. 5 minutes later, I'm like, dude, what is that girl doing?
It was like 45
okay. She's like over exaggerating big time.
So that day our adventures continued, along with some fine...
Nope.
She didn't give me the cue.
You gotta build the fine dining. There looks like a really good crispy fish that they cooked for us, some beer, and some quail eggs, some body part
I think it's
that I don't know of yet.
Donkey. It's chicken.
It's chicken?
That's what Angela just said. And then they just told me it was a little puppy dog. Like Marley or Bo or Evie.
After our meal, the orphanage director decided to take us to see Hannah's dad.
So I'm sure he feels really hopeless and helpless and like a burden. He probably wants to die all the time.
I definitely know my dad would feel like he failed his family. He's just stuck. He has no more options, and then, you know, we come along and we're able to help by like God's grace, and it could totally change his life around.
We are at the hospital in Yucheng, going in to see if anyone can go in and do like a house call on Hannah's dad.
Hey Rose.
Hey.
Do you have a toothpick?
Yeah, why?
I have dogs stuck in my teeth.
Ew. So while we were joking around, God was working a miracle.
I was standing there and a lady just came to me and she asked me, "What are you doing here? Can I help you?" And he said, "Why don't you just come over to the third floor? We have an office there. You just need to wait there and we'll have the people who's in charge of the hospital come over and, you know, find a doctor for you."
We just prayed that God would put us in touch with the right people, and we'll let you know how that goes, because it looks like it's going well.
Talked about prices, which is like $30 for a CAT scan.
14 kwai to stay in the hospital overnight.
Which is like $2 in America, which is amazing. So we have enough money to help him. And then we're gonna take an ambulance right now and go get him and pick him up and bring him to the hospital.
I can't stop laughing and smiling. It's ridiculous. Like,
it's amazing.
This is a miracle.
Not only did we get the doctor and everything to come with us, but they let us ride in an ambulance.
That was amazing.
We'd never been in an ambulance before in America, so being in an ambulance in China was crazy.
Crazy. Van minus backseat plus lights.
Woo, woo, woo.
Awesome.
You know what's crazy is that people have died in here.
Yeah. Oh, there's blood, probably. Oh, look, there's blood.
Oh, gosh! What the heck are we doing?
Dude, this box. Oh, I wonder what's inside the box. Please here. Maybe someone was sitting here with like blood dripping down their face.
Watch out, there's blood on that.
Okay, no worries. There's dried.
There's blood everywhere.
It's an ambulance, Dan.
Those things carry diseases.
We're in China, and after the blood's dry, it's really not that big of a deal. We arrived at Hannah's house with the doctor, and he went right in and did a physical assessment on Hannah's dad and came up with a plan of action. He thought an MRI would be the best thing to do to kind of look at what's going on with him and his nerves and just the degeneration that he saw. So we got that scheduled and we paid for it. We had just enough money to send him off to get all the tests done. It was really an amazing, amazing day.
So Hannah wasn't awake when we got there with the ambulance, so we had to go up to her room and wake her up from her nap, and I think she was kind of stunned to see us. We know that inside her heart, she had a little glimmer of hope, and that was really, really nice to see and to know, because I think it would be really hard as a 9-year-old little girl having to worry about your dad all the time, and I think this kind of gave her just a little bit of happiness and was just a light at the end of the tunnel.
Hannah's dad, he's just laying there in bed waiting to die, thinking about who's going to take care of his kids after he's gone. How are they going to be loved or cared for? And he's hopeless and desperate. So as he looked for any kind of rescue, he turned to the Chinese ancestral gods for help and hope. But there was none. He paid his money to buy incense to burn to them, and he spent his time meditating on them. He bought little tiny gods to put in his house in hope that they would heal him, that they would rescue him. But it was for no purpose.
In the midst of his desperation, he hears that his daughter is going to a summer camp. And as she returns home, she's followed by an ambulance, a doctor, and a small glimmer of hope. With the doctor standing there, Hannah's dad shared his heart with us.
您现在就是什么感觉啊？
感觉就是，反正就是有点懵吧，就是反正他不能。
突然间有2个医生站在你旁边说：“我们去医院吧。”然后给您做测试。
感谢就是感谢。哎呀，我想着就是这样，想着能看好不？就是天天盼就是盼望这一天，看没有好心人看能帮着，能要把我解决我这个困难。哎呀，我实际就是这困难很难。哎呀，可得照顾啊！哎呀，俺一家3个人全的，忘了我照顾俺呢，我天，不然早都饿死了。
And this happiness was nothing in comparison to the joy that he would soon experience. Did you text it to me or did you call?
Yeah, no, oh wait, I called.
You called, right?
Wait.
No, did you? I don't remember.
Oh, it was from China.
That's right, and I was like, I didn't get that last part.
Take 2.
So, about a month after we had left China, I just got a random text one morning from David, who was still in China, saying, oh my gosh, I have really exciting news. The text kept getting chopped up and messed up, but I got the big picture, and that was that Hannah and her dad and her brother had all accepted Jesus. and I'll come to know the Lord. And I was like, can I text Danny? And he's like, sure.
So I'm sitting in my living room. I just got off work and I'm studying and doing homework, and I get this text message from Rose that says that Hannah and her entire family got saved and are Christians. And I was like, what is going on? Like, we're just totally sitting here doing homework, living life, you know, doing our thing, and God is still working in China.
So we don't know what the outcome of the tests are going to be, but we do know that no matter what, his future is secure in Jesus.
and see everything you ever dreamed. Come and see, and let me be a shelter for your time of need. Let me be. I know you work so hard for it. I have been here waiting for you. You can't